This module is intended for new management consultants in a strategic management consulting firm. One of the most challenging things for new consultants to get their arms around is the fact that when they are doing financial modeling, they often have to predict what's going to happen in the future and try and estimate the impacts of things. And there's a lot of uncertainty about most of the factors. And sometimes this is really challenging for them because they kind of get wrapped up in trying to make everything perfect, when really what they need to do is understand which of the factors are most important and focus on those few things. So a technique called sensitivity analysis can really help them with that, and this training is intended to introduce them to that. So I'm going to play the first page for you so you can get a sense of the scenario and the setup, and then I will walk you through some of the features. Now that you've started your job as a management consultant, you find that your friends are coming to you with all kinds of business ideas and questions. Your friend Alex calls you up, hardly able to contain his enthusiasm for his latest idea. "I have a great idea for a brand new kind of widget," he says. "It's going to revolutionize the market. I've got it all figured out, and it's definitely going to be profitable. I'm going to cash in that trust fund I got from my late grandfather and sink it all into this business." Okay, so that's the setup. The rest of the introduction sets up the learner's role in this and then provides them with a very quick overview of what sensitivity analysis is and what it can do for them in their job. So here are some of the bullet points. The rest of the module is set up in 3 levels, which contain challenges that get more and more difficult as they move through them. So in level 1, the first thing that happens is that the learner has to download a copy of an Excel spreadsheet, and that's contained in the resources, or can be accessed through the resources link. I've already downloaded the model, and here it is. It's very simple, but they need to have it on their computer as they go through the rest of the training. I introduced the idea of collecting golden widgets, which are the markers that indicate that they've passed the challenges. And so as we go to the next page, you'll see that the widgets are empty, and as they complete the challenges, they will be able to collect them. Challenge number 1 consists of 5 questions, and in order to get their golden widget, they have to answer at least 4 of them correctly. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the questions. So in order to answer the questions, they actually have to work with the model. Although if you want to go through my module, in the notes here I have actually put in the answers for demonstration purposes so that you can do this and not have to actually figure everything out in the model. We'll pick an incorrect answer first, and they get an incorrect feedback. They do get multiple tries on these questions. Unless it's a yes/no question, then they don't get a multiple tries. So we move on here and we get our results of challenge number 1, and congratulations, you've earned a golden widget. Let's move on and look at challenge number 2, where this is a little bit more difficult, and in this case they are now going to be varying multiple factors in the spreadsheet model at once. Unfortunately, their score was not high enough to earn the golden widget. However, they can still earn it by reviewing the challenge, and what they can do here is go through and it will show them the correct answers for each of the questions, and it will give them some instructions so that they can go through and work out all the problems. And now when we move on to the next challenge, they will have earned their widget. Our third challenge actually is not graded. They are asked to compose an email to their friend Alex telling him which of the inputs that he should focus on. And this is very similar to what the consultant would be doing in real life, making a recommendation perhaps to themselves or to their project manager on what really needs to be researched to a greater degree of depth and what can be left at kind of a cursory level. They've earned their final golden widget. And now it's time to see what Alex is going to do with the information that you've given him. Once they feel they have a recommendation to Alex on whether or not he should invest in the business, they can come back to the training module, click Next, and they end up at a screen where there are 4 options. And then they can pick one of these and see the ending to the scenario. You recommended that he invest, and he decided to go for it. Once they pick next, then they move on to a quick summary of some of the key principles, and then finally to the badge that they've earned. And that's it.